Welcome back to another Premier League predictions video. This is for week 26 of the Premier League, and holy crap, there's a lot of games this week. Normally there's about 10 in a week, but now there's about 17. It's absolutely unreal. Jesus. I think for this video, just pull up a chair, sit back, and relax for the next 5 to 10 minutes because this one is going to take a while. First game up is Man City and West Brom. This will be a 2-0 win to Man City. Now, West Brom has been in good form recently. Obviously, they beat Spurs last week, and they've been doing well even before that. And Man City, they're in an unbelievable winning run. It's ridiculous how many games they've won in a row, but that looks like it's going to continue. Obviously, West Brom can trouble Man City. They've got the players to do it, but I just think that Man City are just going to be too good in this one. Next game up is West Brom and Brighton. This will be a tough game for both sides. It's a relegation battle game. Obviously, Brighton are in a better position than West Brom, so it looks like this game won't really trouble them that much. But obviously West Brom, they want to win this game as well, and defensively they're not great, but they won the last game, so it looks like they've got a bit of confidence back. And this will be a tough game. Either side could win it, but I think it'll be a 1-0 win to West Brom. Next game up is Leeds and Aston Villa. This will be a 3-0 win to Leeds. Obviously, this game wouldn't normally be a foregone conclusion. Aston Villa have a very good defensive record, and they've got players that can score goals. But, with Jack Grealish's mystery injury, I'm not sure what's going on with that. If Jack Grealish was playing in this game, I think I would have put Aston Villa to win this game, but since he's not playing, they kind of seem a shadow of their former selves. And, in the reverse fixture, Leeds actually won this game 3-0. That was after the first half. They actually scored all three goals in the second half, but I think Leeds will end up overrunning Aston Villa again in this fixture, and they'll take this one. Next game up is Newcastle and Wolves. This will be a 2-0 win to Wolves. Newcastle look absolutely dreadful at the moment. They're not scoring goals and they're conceding goals. Well, they did score last week against Man United, but it took them so much effort to score that goal that you can't really see them doing that again this week. And with Wolves, it looks like they've really turned things around. It looked like their season was going nowhere at one point, but somehow they picked up quite a few points over the last month, and they'll do the same again in this fixture. Next game up is Palace and Fulham. This will be a 1-1 draw. Either side could win this game. Obviously, Fulham won last week, so that was a great result for them. And Palace won as well, so both teams are in decent form, and they'll have a bit of confidence going to this one. But I just can't see either team scoring 2 goals in this fixture. I'm not sure what is about these sides. Obviously, they can create a decent amount of chances, but they just can't put the ball in the back of the net. Especially with Fulham, I can't remember the last time they scored 2 goals in a game. It must have been a while back, but they do keep a decent amount of possession, so Palace will be trying to get the ball back from them. And yeah, I think a 1-1 result is about right. Next game up is Leicester and Arsenal. This is a tough game for both sides, and also a big game in the race for the top four. Leicester have been in unbelievable form recently, even really all season. They've won quite a lot of games, which I didn't really expect. I thought there'd be a drop off from last season, which there was at the end of last season, but they've kind of got that back and they maintained it for a longer period of time. And with Arsenal, obviously they did have a resurgence and they were winning a lot of games, but it looks like that Wolves defeat really, I don't know what happened with them. It kind of destroyed them a bit, so I think they're still recovering from that. Obviously, Arsenal can trouble Leicester. They've got the players to do it. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it'll be a 2-1 win to Leicester. Next game up is Spurs and Burnley. This will be a 1-1 draw. Obviously, I don't think Burnley are the best team away from home, but they could definitely win this game. And Spurs are absolutely dreadful. Obviously, in Europe, they've been pretty decent, but in the Premier League, they've been very, very poor. Obviously, not really scoring goals. And, not playing as well as they were at the start of the season. I might have mentioned that last week, but yeah, they're just not really clicking at the moment. Maybe they'll click in this game, but I don't think so. Next game up is Chelsea and Man United. This would normally be a tough game for both sides, but obviously Chelsea got a new manager in, and they were winning games, so it looked like they were doing pretty well. But recently, their results, well, the last week result against Southampton wasn't great, but even before that, they weren't really playing that well. Obviously, they were scoring goals and keeping clean sheets, but you know, you sort of expect more from them. And obviously, going to this game against Man United, they're winning games. They're finding a way to score goals. The Newcastle game wasn't pretty, but they found a way to get the result. And I think Man United win 2-0 because I just feel like Oli knows how to play against the big sides, and who'll win this game against Chelsea. Next game up is Sheffield and Liverpool. This will be a 1-0 win to Liverpool. Now this isn't a guaranteed result, but obviously Sheffield are bottom of the table for a reason, and they just keep finding a way to lose games. Now I think they could get something out of this game. Maybe they'll score the first goal or something like that, and actually it might happen because Liverpool have yet another injury in Jordan Henderson. I keep following my words. To Jordan Henderson. So, that's another player down for them. So, defensively, things aren't looking too good. So, yeah, probably Sheffield could get something out of this game, maybe even win it, but I just think it'll be a 1-0 win to Liverpool. Next game up is Everton and Southampton. Now, this will be a 2-2 draw. I say that because Everton have been very, very poor in front of goal. For some reason, things haven't really clicked for them at home this season, but yet away from home, they're one of the best sides away from home in the Premier League. It's absolutely unreal how they can do so well away from home, but do so badly at home. It kind of makes no sense, but there we go. And Southampton, they have been shocking this season. I don't know what's happened. At one point they were flying, but now they're doing next to nothing on the pitch. Obviously, 2-2 draw seems pretty outlandish, but I think there'll be goals in this game because Everton are so poor at home and Southampton have been so bad overall that I think there'll be a crazy result like this. Next game up is Man City and Wolves. This will be a 2-0 win to Man City. Obviously, Man City are a machine at the moment. They're unstoppable. The excuse me, they're winning games front, left, and center, and I just can't see any team stopping them. And it's I don't think it'll happen, but it's possible they could win every game from now till the end of the season. Like that's how ridiculous this is. It's absolutely unreal, and I can't believe it. Next game up is Burnley and Leicester. This will be a 2-1 win to Burnley. Now, obviously, Leicester, I predict them to beat Arsenal, but in this game, Burnley are very, very resolute defensively, and I think they'll keep Leicester to under 2 goals. Doing that, they'll actually go forward and score 2 goals. And Burnley, it looks like they're back in rhythm at home. They're really a fortress at home, and they really know how to win again. Obviously, early on in the season, they were having their struggles. Um, I think they just had a poor start, but now they're back to their best. And yeah, I think they'll turn Leicester over in this one. Next game up is Sheffield and Aston Villa. This will be a 1-1 draw. Now, obviously, Aston Villa should be the favourites going to this one, being a top 10 side, or maybe a mid-table side now, but I just think that Aston Villa are probably too reliant on Jack Grealish. Obviously, he's played most of their games this season, and when he's played, they've looked really good, but even with him in the side, they don't really create many chances without him when he isn't on the ball. And I just think against Sheffield, they could win this game, and maybe Sheffield could win it as well. But I just think that neither side is going to create enough chances to score goals. But they'll score enough. They'll create enough chances to score one. So it'll be a 1-1 draw. Next game up is Crystal Palace and Man United. This will be a 2-1 win to Man United. Obviously, Crystal Palace, I feel like they've gotten some confidence back after that big derby win against Brighton, and I think they'll get a result against Fulham. But against Man United, I think it's a different type of opposition. Obviously, they have the players that could trouble Man United, but at the same time, Man United look like they're in a bit of form, and I think going into the business end of the season, it looks like they're switched on, and they'll win this one. Next game up is Fulham and Spurs. This will be a tough game for both sides. Obviously, Fulham, they've actually looked pretty good recently. I don't think that I mentioned that earlier on in the video, but it looks like they're playing well and they're getting results. But the problem for them is that they don't really score enough goals to get wins, and it'll probably be the same again in this fixture. Obviously, in the reverse fixture, it was a 1-1 result again, and it'll be the same thing where Fulham create a lot of chances, and Spurs will create chances as well, but Fulham will probably have most of the ball, and neither side will really take the lead. So yeah, that's what will happen in this one. Next game up is West Brom and Everton. Next game up is no, sorry. What am I doing? I'm skipping matches now. Like I'm saying one match and then I'm going to another. What the hell is going on? Um, Obviously, yeah, I think I'm not sure if I mentioned it. It's a 1-1 draw between Fulham and Spurs. So yeah. All right. So West Brom and Everton. I see goals in this game. I think it'll be a 2-3 win to Everton. Obviously, West Brom are a team that aren't great defensively, and neither are Everton. But Everton are very, very good away from home, so they'll deal lots of damage to West Brom. Um, and obviously, I see goals because Everton's defense isn't that great as well. So both teams will have to attack to try and win this game, and yeah, that's what will happen. Oh, and last game up. Oh my God, I can't believe we're nearly through. Um, but yeah, last game up is Liverpool and Chelsea. I think this will be the most boring game of the week. I just think that neither side is really looking that great on the pitch. Obviously, Chelsea have been in great form, but you know, they just don't look. Once again, they don't look that great on the pitch. So they're not really creating. They're creating chances, but they're not really clear cut, and it doesn't really look like they're passing the ball around that well. And with Liverpool, well, obviously we know what their issues are. They've got a ton of injuries, and they're just not playing the way that you expect them to. And I think it'll be a nil-nil draw. Neither side will really try to risk it. Obviously, both sides are trying to make the top four, so I think it'll be one of those games where neither side really takes any risks, and neither side will score in this game. So, yeah, that's about it. And finally, we're done.